Welcome to This Sacred Life and the Divine Feminine Spotlight. I'm Transformation Goddess, best-selling author, and award-winning producer Shan Vanderleek. Listen in for wisdom teachings and transparent conversations with soulful women about walking in beauty, reclaiming your feminine sovereignty, and celebrating the mystery and wonder of your sacred life. Welcome back to This Sacred Life. I'm Shan Vanderleek, your host. I'm grateful that you're back to listen in again and hope that you joined me last month for the Divine Feminine Spotlight featuring Joni Advent Maher. We had such a delightful conversation, and she is an amazing woman. So if you haven't listened in, be sure that you check that out. Also, coming later this month, I have the pleasure of interviewing Melissa Ambrosini, and she is the author of Open Wide, a radically real guide to deep love, rocking relationships, and soulful sex. So you got to know that's going to be a juicy interview. Today I want to talk about the 5 secrets to a successful marriage or partnership. Last October, my husband Thomas and I celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary. And we did so in style by booking a first-class, once-in-a-lifetime trip to Costa Rica for a couple of weeks, and we had so much fun. And one of the things that was so great about our time away, without our daughter, without work, and without everything in the day-to-day life, was that we really still like each other a lot. I'm in awe of the respect and intimacy and love and even the challenges that we've experienced and overcome over the life of our partnership. I never, ever dreamed that I could be loved and love my husband as much as I do. And each day, and this sounds corny, but it's true, I still see him in a new light. It still blows my mind that he chose me. Wow, to love and be loved unconditionally is a glorious gift. Over the years, Thomas and I have learned that there are 5 secrets to our successful marriage. The first secret to a successful marriage is demonstrating respect and loving kindness for each other, no matter what. That is incredibly important for the life of any relationship, and certainly for the life of a successful marriage, to really come at all aspects of what you're experiencing together and alone in your relationship with kindness for each other. Remembering that even when you're angry, that you work through it and you remember, who you are. Number 2 is practicing open and honest communication, including being fair when you're angry or having a disagreement. In our friendship and relationship, we don't open up old wounds. We don't yell. We don't try to throw each other into a shame pit when we make mistakes. Now we're at a point where we do a whole lot of laughing at ourselves when we get in cranky moods or lash out or say something that we don't mean. It doesn't happen a lot, but when we do, we work through it and then let it rest, let it be, digest it, move on. The other key to a successful marriage is that we walk through life side by side, but with plenty of time to be independent. I can't stress enough how important it is to have your own time, to have your own space. I'm an incredibly private person. I enjoy my alone time so much. So while you're in partnership, it's really important that you have your own time, your own circle of friends, hobbies, things that you love to do on your own. I'm incredibly grateful for the women's circle that I'm a part of, for how much I enjoy my alone time walking on the shores of Lake Michigan, or sitting quietly journaling, or listening to music, or being out with friends, doing my own thing. And Tom feels the same way. So we're together in our independence, and that's really taken us a long way in our relationship and friendship. The fourth secret to a successful marriage is what I call practicing replacing expectations with invitations. We often, as human beings, we just can't help ourselves. We have expectations of others. And often we become disappointed because our expectations haven't been met by them. And to take it deeper, sometimes these people that we love so much, that are so close to us day in and day out, don't even know what our expectations are. Because in some cases we expect them to just know. And in other cases, we might be making demands or coming from a place where the bar is set so high that it's really, really hard to meet those expectations. Having been in that position myself, both, setting high expectations for myself and the people that I love, it sometimes really sets you up for disappointment. So what I like to do is replace those expectations with invitations. Invite what you want to happen in the relationship. And again, this has to do with open lines of communication, of speaking up about what it is that you need or what it is that you'd like to see. An invitation is so much more open than an expectation. And the fifth secret to a successful marriage is to make random acts of kindness and sweetness a regular priority in your relationship. I cannot even tell you how many times my husband has left behind a sweet note. If he's out the door before I wake up in the morning, there's generally some sort of love note by the coffee maker. Or if we are traveling or doing separate travels, there's something, generally a note tucked into my briefcase or in my backpack. And I do the same for him, of course, as well. All of these acts of sweetness really do add up and make each of you feel adored. And who doesn't want to feel adored? Full disclosure here, our relationship isn't perfect, and it's never been perfect. But what it is full of love and kindness and sweetness and open communication so that we know where each other stands as often as possible. And even when we disagree, we can do so with respect. So again, the 5 keys to a successful marriage or partnership: demonstrate respect and loving kindness, practice open and honest communication, walk through life side by side with plenty of time to be independent, practice replacing expectations with invitations, and make love notes and random acts of kindness a priority. Thanks so much for listening to This Sacred Life. Join me on April 18th as I dig deeper into successful partnerships and marriages with Melissa Ambrosini, author of Open Wide, the must-have love, sex, and relationship guide for today's modern woman. Thanks for listening to This Sacred Life. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to leave some stars and a favorable review at iTunes. And be sure to visit transformationgoddess.com to claim your free album of guided relaxations for women who do too much.